Hi guys, Sarah here, and welcome to the After Hours Knits group. I nearly went into my old spiel that I did for 70 episodes. My name is Sarah, and you can find me on Ravelry as True Canuck Girl and on Instagram as the Canadian Knitter.
Hi, I'm Brandy, also known as Eat My Yarn on Instagram and Ravelry.
And I'm Tanya, also known as Celestia22 on Ravelry and everywhere else.
Today is Sunday, it's the 17th, right?
Yes.
We want to apologize for yesterday. It was a busy day for a lot of us, so we're getting this out for you today, so we hope that's okay. So let's start out, I guess, with works in progress. I guess that's me. As I have a pile of yarn currently in my lap that I'm trying to put into a bowl. So we'll just put that over there for now. Because it's in my lap and I've already got it out, I've been working on my sock yarn blanket. I pulled this back out of hibernation. So I added 2 more squares. The little cat stitch marker is the last ones I did. So the bottom one is Mountain, hold on, I have my notes up. It is Mountain Colors Crazy Foot Base in the colorway Thunderstorm. And then the top one is Neely Knits, and it's the Sport Superwash Merino in the Ursula colorway that was gifted to me from Brandy. And I'm adding some more Brandy stuff to my blanket. This is a little smoke on the water that's going to go in next.
Ooh.
Once I roll it into a ball, I hope it's not too destroyed now. But anyway, so we are now up to 90 squares on the blanket out of 1,600. So I have a few more to add.
But that still sounds like a lot.
That is a lot.
No, I mean like having 90 done, regardless of
Yeah.
a million, but 90 still sounds like a lot.
Yeah, it is. I mean, you know, when you think each one takes you roughly a half an hour to an hour, that's, you know, days and days worth of work.
Yeah.
Next thing, living in my Mrs. Brown's Bags camper bag is my Dockside by Alicia Plummer. This is a mystery knit along. Those of you who are doing the knit along were probably further ahead than I am because I picked up other things this week. I didn't get very much further on this. Oh, good, I'm at the end of the row. Okay. I pulled on the needle and I just thought, please don't tell me it's the middle of the row. But I didn't add very much. The little watermelon is where I was last week. I've pretty much put a couple more rows in. The new clue comes out on Monday, tomorrow, and I'm not even really begun this clue. So I'm going to be a little behind, but that's okay. You knit on what you feel like knitting on when you want to, right?
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Don't want to force yourself. So I'm knitting this on needles in a size. It'll be in the show notes. I'm trying to be a good podcaster like the rest of y'all. It's like, these are on size whatever needles, and this is the millimeter, and no, Sarah doesn't roll like that.
It's in the show notes even.
Well, there we go. Knitting it out of Madeline Tosh. This is Tosh DK in the Pecan Hull colorway. That I do know off the top of my head.
It's the US 9.
Thank you. I guess because the needles are boring. Who cares? They're needles. They're all the same thing.
Yeah, plus it just feels like a VKN, so we don't tell each other what size needles we're using or even what kind.
Dude, we need to do that next weekend. We got to say, whoever comes in, you got to tell us what needle size you're working with, or you can't join us. Pop quiz. Living in one of the bags from Brandy, my anti-vertebrae, as I'm calling it. I got quite a bit done on this. I feel like I got quite a bit done.
Oh, pretty.
I really like, now that the striping's starting to come out, I'm really, really liking it. So the little doohickey is where I was the last time, so I've now added in the purple stripe. So essentially the way the striping is going to go is that there's going to be a brown stripe between each of the colors. So, because I've got the most out of the brown yarn, and I'm using Knit Picks palette. The brown is something.
It's yarn.
It's yarn. The brown is yarn. Puma Heather is the brown. Peony is the pink. And Mineral Heather is the purple. Yeah, it's hard to see because it's rolling, but it's a slow go. When Knit Picks palette I mean, even I know it's a sock yarn and it's thin, seems to be extra thin. And I think, Tanya, you said it when I cast this on, you were wondering how this was going to wear as a sweater.
Yeah, because it's only a 2-ply as well.
Exactly. So far it's nice and dense and I'm liking the material. It's just it feels like a slow knit. But that's okay because it's a really mindless knit, which is great. And that's being knit on needles as well. Next.
US for 3.5 millimeter.
Tanya's our needle expert. In my You Sew and Sew bag with the Santa Clauses and reindeers is my, oh my gosh, what is this? The Pebble Beach shawl. I'll be okay. Pebble Beach shawl, and I got a little bit more done on this one. My little owl where I was, and I got a few more rows put into this. There are now over 400 stitches on the needles.
Oh
so, yeah. And I think I'm now 65% of the way done it. Yeah. So I still have a long way to go. I'm going to use this.
What needles are those?
I have no freaking idea. They're needles. I can tell you they're knit picks.
They're this big.
They're roughly this big. Are these a 5?
US 6, 4 millimeter.
So close. If I was on the Price is Right, I might have like gotten up to like, you know, I want something. And last but not least, because Sarah worked on all the things this week. Now, I don't know if I've shown them on this podcast or if it was on my old one. I was knitting the Highway Rage socks, and I got up to finishing the foot, and I was putting in the heel, and I was not happy with them. It is a paid-for pattern, so I don't want to get into the schematics of how the pattern is like written. But there was an element in the pattern I wasn't happy with, and it was causing, in my opinion, it was causing the foot of the sock to actually bend in like on itself. So I ripped it out. And I just cast on a plain vanilla sock out of the same yarn. So these are now renamed my Back to the Future socks. I have the toe done. These I know are being knit out of a US 1 because I knit all my socks on a US 1. And it is a 56 stitch sock, and I do a, my toe is from the Vanilla Latte sock pattern. I deconstructed then reconstructed the toe because they have it top down. I did it toe up. And then I'll do the Fish Lips Kiss Heel and yada yada yada. But no makers in the 88 mile per hour colorway, and this is her Bungalow Gnome base, which it's not soft by any stretch of the imagination, but it's going to wear really, really well. So I really love this yarn. And this was also living in a bag from Mandy, and a Progress Keeper, a needle holder from Mandy. I got them right, yay! And that's it for me.
Okay, so I'm up. I'll start with what I'm actually knitting on right now. I'm knitting on Tanya's socks. These are the Nutkin socks.
Yay!
I'm so close to being done. I've got a heel, and I just have a little bit more to go. As you can see for that one, this is a finished one. So I'm like so close. So close it hurts. These are on DPNs, carbons. I always know I want to say it wrong just for her, but I don't want her to disown me. I love Jen.
She's currently shaking her finger at you.
It's so hard. I want to just say it the other way, but I don't want to make her mad. And these are a US 2 millimeters. Thank you, Tanya. In the show notes. And the yarn is Knit Pick Stroll Tonal in Deep Water. And it's living in the Tangled Skein CA bag, Halloween bag, because what other bag?
I want that bag. The cat's in a costume. That is awesome.
Well, I got this because it reminded me of a witch costume that I wore for a few years as a kid. Mm-hmm. And it was like, so it was early 90s when I wore it. Mm-hmm. Because I was born in late 80s. So I was like 4 or so early 90s. And it just reminded me of it. It's like that funky, pumpkin-y orange and just, It
Yeah.
was the best, like, ginger witch costume.
Love
So there's that. And then I also made a little bit of progress on Letty's Rainbow Dash dress. And I've got a progress keeper on there, but I'm not using it for, like, to show you guys progress. I keep forgetting to put one on. It's to help mark 8 rows because then I do an increase.
Mhm.
So, but it's growing.
Super cute.
And that's on Chow Goose on a size 1, 2.25 millimeters. And the black is Cascade Heritage. And the bottom is Cupcake Yarns in the Rainbow Dash colorway. And it's just, oh, it's so pretty. Just, there we
I
go.
love them.
So pretty.
Mhm.
And that's in a bag that Letty picked out that I made. And it's cupcake.
Awesome.
And also I've touched this week in a Mandy bag. It is, oh no, I was wrong on the show notes. It was right how it was. It was the Jujubes that I don't know what I was thinking. So I've got all the singles done, and now I'm 3-plying on my Top World Spiderweb by Proserpia. Also, they're known as Metis Industries.
Matey.
Whatever. Okay, it's Proserpia handle on Etsy. It looks like Metis.
We're really precise here.
So there's that, and I'm done.
All right. Well, I kind of have 2 whips. I've done like a row on each. So I've got this one that I'm really going to try and work on this week. This is the Windy Prairie scarf. In this case, it's supposed to be a shawl, but it's really thin. This is crocheted on a G-hook, which is 4 millimeters out of some alpaca lace from a local farm. And second up is the same Yowza shawl you've seen before.
I love the
Which is,
color.
it's so close to being done. And I want it done so I can take it back to the yarn shop where I got the yarn because it's their colorway. It's out of Miss Babs Yowza in Wolf Creek? Wolf Hills. And yeah, it would be done if I just sit down and do it because I've only got like 70 grams of yarn left. But I'm loving it, and it's on US 8s or 5 millimeter.
Very nice.
Mm-hmm. I just want to cast on all the things, though.
Oh,
That's it.
That's it. Now it's up to FOs, so you go first, Brandy.
Sir, you don't have enough of?
I
No.
do.
Oh, it was funny. My bad.
I would if someone would let me count my blanket squares as foes, but she won't.
Well, I'm on your side, so.
When you write your show notes, you can put them as an FO.
So in other words,
What
you
if
want
you just put that in your show note? And that's the only thing you put.
Thank you, Brandy.
I love you, Tanya. I'm sorry, I think they count. You cast on and you cast off. It's like if you were to make a mini mitten for Garland or a mini sock. You cast on and you cast off. Does that count as an FO? Ah.
If you're using it as a single ornament, yes. If you're using it as part of a garland of them, no.
This is just gonna end up being the chicken and the egg argument.
Okay, my beautiful FO. Letty's birthday socks.
I love them.
I don't know if I'd already started them the last time I was on. No, I was
I
on
think
last week.
Yes,
Yeah.
you were.
Did I show these? Did I start them then?
I think you
So,
mentioned
you guys
them.
haven't seen these. So these are her very first socks with a heel, and she's so excited. No more tube. Well, not no more tube socks, but lots of less tube socks for Letty. And this is out of my hand spun. I don't even think I showed that. I think that was in the pre-show, our tester show.
Mm-hmm.
I've got them all right here.
The lost episode.
Yeah, the one no one gets to see. So this is it. It's Fiber Stash, and
So pretty.
it's merino and nylon, and it's just a 2-ply, but it's got pinks and blue and cream. It's not
I
really.
still say it's cotton candy.
Yes, it's total cotton candy.
Perfect for a little girl.
So she doesn't get those until her birthday in like 2.5 weeks. Can't believe I'm a 4-year-old. It's not even
She's
cool.
getting hand-spun socks.
I know.
That's
I love my baby. My baby girl. She would yell at me if I said that. I'm not a baby. I'm sure other parents can feel my pain. No, that's not my only echo. I finished. Oh no, there they are. And this was the boo-boo in the show notes. I'm making self-striping hand spun, and I've done it a couple of different ways. So these socks are going to be funky as far as like plies and the way that I attach the yarn, because let's see, these two are a 3-ply, and I attached it a different way. This one was I plied on the fly with it, and I didn't do that with this one. And then with this, I 2-plied it because I wanted to see if it really made much of a difference. And I just attached it. I just attached the yarn how I felt like. And then, you know what? Now I don't even remember. How did I 2-ply it then? If it's self-striping.
Oh, you didn't do a sound?
No, okay. So what I did is I spun about 2 grams on my little mini Turkish spindle, and then I put it on the wheel, and then I attached them as I went. So I plied the ends together. I saw a video. That's what it was. So we will see how those work. So all done with those.
Yay! Very nice.
All right. Drum roll.
Oh,
Finally finished this. Oh. Go ahead.
sorry, I forgot to say what it was. It's just the pink is Corriedale, and all the other colors are merino, and they're from Purple Moose Felting on Etsy. Okay, there we go. Good podcaster.
Very nice.
For real, this time I'm done.
All right. I finally got my weaving off my loom.
Oh, so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy. Here, see if I hold it close if you can see the actual. Sort of.
Beautiful.
So I'm still a very new weaver. So I'm still learning, but this was done on my rigid heddle loom with a 12 dent out of 2 colors of fingering weight. The rainbow craziness I used for the warp is Bernat Socks in rainbow. And then the black that I used for the warp is Wool-like in black. But I'm really happy with it. It's incredibly soft considering they're both acrylics.
Mm.
But I wanted to use something relatively cheap for my first try, and I'm glad I did because I did mess this up quite a bit. I ended up taking it off the loom, and then I had to put it back on the loom because I don't know if you can see on there. The space between my warps, between the black rows, here is like 1/4 inch. When I got towards the end of it, they were close to 1/2 inch apart because I was trying to rush
Mm.
and get it done.
We learned a lesson now.
Yes, it takes a lot longer to try and move things with a fork. I tried to move all the rows with a fork to squinch them back up, and then wove in between all the with a needle, and the yarn on it. So it ended up taking me like 12, 15 hours longer to do that instead of doing it right the first place. And then I also finished my insanely crazy stash busting project.
Yay!
Oh, that's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. It's not as stuffed as I want it to be here. It's still, like, the end's not closed. I want to get a zipper to put in the end so that I can open and close it. I'm thinking I'll actually put blankets in it so it serves a dual purpose. It'll be storage too.
Oh,
But it's a cool
It's a
little...
great idea.
Yeah, so it's, if you can see that way, I pull it back this way. It's actually wedge-shaped.
it's the
so
things you
that-
come up with when you're Google.
So I can lean up on it in bed and read, which is awesome. Because I don't have a headboard on my bed. And that's it for my FOs.
Yay! You guys are awesome. All right. What are we on here?
We wanted to go through what our segments actually are,
Okay.
especially the community watch.
Oh, do we want to do that, or do we want to do stash enhancement first?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Excuse me, Brandy and I have pretties. Okay, so I'll start. I follow, not sorry for the crinkling. I follow this lovely girl on Instagram, Koala Pickle, I think is her Instagram name, and she's adorable. She's in the UK. She posted this colorway. I'm like, I must have it, so she put it in the shop for me. And I bought it, and it is, her Etsy shop is called Blue Bell Forest Yarns. And this is the Nanny May colorway, and it's 100 grams, 400 meters, a 75-25, a superwash merino and nylon. The colors are actually showing up really well. I got really good lighting this afternoon. Isn't that pretty? I love a speckled yarn, but what I really like is like you see all these speckled yarns, but this one's just that much different because it's got like a solid color, and then the speckles,
Yeah.
which I think is really, really neat. So I bought that, and if anyone else is familiar with purchasing yarn, yarn doesn't like to travel by itself.
No.
So
It
I
gets
had to get a
lonely.
friend to travel with it. So I also got from her exactly the same base. This is called Arctic Sunset, and this just spoke to me. With those teals and purples and reds, it's almost, if that white part was like gray or black, this would totally be a brandy color, wouldn't it?
Yeah. I was just thinking that. How
But
can
yeah.
that be improved to match my taste?
That's right. But I think her name is Stephanie. Bear with. She sent me the loveliest Steph. She sent me this lovely note. Like, look at the pretty note card. And she sent me this whole little. Oh, and then she posted on Instagram after I
love
bought it, and she was put this like a meme of a cat like doing this, and something about when one of your favorite podcasters buys your yarn. She was just, oh, she's adorable. I love her. Please check out her shop. Very, very reasonable. It comes from the UK, and it came really quickly, like I gotta say, and I absolutely love it. So, and she's grateful. Oh yes, and sorry, I just noticed these in here. She included in there these gorgeous stitch markers. Aren't they pretty? Her mom made them.
Oh, wow.
Yes, her mother totally like needs to sell them because they're gorgeous.
Did you see? She posted a couple within the last few days. Her mom's dyeing yarn too.
Yes.
And I think that she just opened up her shop.
Yes. So please look in the show notes and check out. I don't know about the stitch markers, but definitely check out the yarn.
Yeah,
Yes.
I don't remember about the stitch markers, but I'm sure that'll be added soon, if not
I'm sure
already.
because these are gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
But yeah. So that's all I got for stash enhancement.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that I didn't start that first stitch. I went through and wrapped it, and I was like, no, okay, let me pull it back. Okay. So I still have some birthday stuff that I got, and I forgot about last week. Well, I had pulled the yarn in here and then thought I forgot it. No, it fell in a box. So here it is. And this is from Mandy also. It's Fiber Stash in the
Upside
grape
down here.
on Twinkle Toes. And it's just so
Mm-hmm.
purple purpley. So I don't know if you can kind of see the sparkles.
Oh yeah.
You could just get mesmerized by that. And also, she made me this gorgeous spindle bag
Ooh.
that totally fits. And it's got pink on the inside, but there's gold.
Very nice.
And then there's more pink skulls on the bottom, but you can't really show that. Yeah, I can't show that off. So that was from Andy. And another birthday thing that I got that came this week took forever. I ordered it in June, but it came from the UK. I got a Spin City. Oh, where's it there?
That is stunning.
Butterfly top row spindle. It's not a real butterfly, so don't worry. In the picture, it looked like it was, fake or a sticker, and then when it came, I was like, oh, is that real? And I looked on the bottom. It's not. Sticker. And then, to justify shipping and for it to not come by itself, it would have been so lonely.
Mm-hmm.
I got a unicorn bat from her.
Oh my god.
It's so pretty.
That is really pretty.
There's more green in it than I thought it was going to be because the picture that she showed was a lot more pink.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe once it's opened up, maybe I'll find that the pink's hiding. So that's from her. And then...
That was just extra padding to make sure your spindle arrives safe.
Yeah, well, she packed that spindle up good. It was wrapped in some cardboard. So it was good. And then she sent me a sample. I don't know what it is at all, other than it's pink. But like hot pink. Oh, it's not even that's close to what it is. So what I figured is when I open it up to play with it, because it's going to go on this because they're just destined for each other.
Mm-hmm.
If there's not more pink, then I'm going to use this in there because it looks kind of like the pink in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll be doing that soon. And then the last thing that I got was some Portadale fiber. And they're not in the package because it's super, like that super annoying crinkle. Like I can handle like this crinkle on a podcast, but it's that other, I think it's cellophane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nails on a chalkboard. So my niece was recently here for 2 weeks. And she liked this, but she was like, oh, I wish it had a little bit more pink. So we got, oh, this is blowing out. That's closer. No, it's not showing up right. But I think it'll be fine. So I'm going to spin these together. I think this is BFL. Yeah. BFL from Wintry Flower by Design on Etsy. So that will be socks because that girl loves her some socks too.
Nice.
And did I say who this was from? I don't remember.
No, you don't.
Okay, it's Wild Time Art, and it's linked in the show notes. I'm not going to spell it out, but it's on Etsy. And then she also will send you, and it was a really good price, I think $9 for these. And it's 4 ounces or 2, no, it's 2 ounces. I think they're 1 ounce little bumps, and that's really good. But on the thing, on her listings, it says 3 little samples. Well, I got 5. And they're all pinks.
Those are so cute.
Right? It's just, I love it. And that's it.
Okay. I don't have any actual pretties to show, but I did get 2 new patterns this week. So I can actually do this.
That still counts.
Aha. And they're both by Lisa Much. So this one's called Asunder. And this one's Seraform. And I think I'll do
that
this.
One looks squishy.
Yeah. And it's actually shaped like a letter M. It's really interesting.
Interesting.
So I wonder if it's meant to be like the critique ones,
Yeah, she wears it like that.
so that it comes down longer on the sides.
Hmm.
That's pretty.
Mhm.
So I think that's going to be my car knitting when I go to Virginia next week, and I'm going to do it out of my Miss Babs.
Nice.
Oh, that's gonna be so pretty.
Mhm.
And I bought this a year ago when I was in Virginia, so
So there you go.
that's rather appropriate.
You're importing it back into the States.
And that's it for me for stash enhancements.
Okay. So what were we going to discuss here now? Because I feel like I missed part of this conversation.
You're the one that told me to put it in here. Just that we can explain what we're trying to do with the different segments.
Oh, okay.
Like-
Maybe that was a little while ago.
Yeah. So like we have the usual whips and FOs and stash enhancements.
Mm-hmm.
And then taking stock will be stuff related to this podcast. So any podcast news or knit-alongs or craft-alongs that we have.
Mm-hmm.
Or giveaways, I guess, would go in there as well.
Yes.
Which we still have to do the giveaway for Jess's pattern.
Let's wait till next week when Amanda's back.
Okay. And then for Community Watch, basically what we're going to have in there with the coupon codes, any shop updates that we know of, any knit-alongs going on elsewhere.
In other podcasts and what have you.
Yeah, or just Ravelry in general with like
Mhm.
things like, what is it, Mad March and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We're not
Stash
gonna
Dash.
But we're
Yeah.
not going to be talking about it every single week unless we're specifically working on something. Like I'm doing the box of socks knit along with Kristen from Yarngasm, Volenvine. I haven't made any for myself right within the last 2 months, but I do have socks in there. But so that's why I haven't even talked about it yet because I haven't done any for me.
Mhm.
So it would just take a really long time
To go
to
through all of them.
Absolutely.
that these are all the ones that are going on. But when we first hear about it, if we're doing it, well, no, maybe not even if we're doing it, but if we like it, throw it out there because just because we aren't doing it doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't know about it.
Or if
Mhm.
you're a designer and you're doing a mystery knit along, or you're another podcaster and you're doing something, let us know. Send us a PM, any one of us on Ravelry, and
Mhm.
we're more than happy to mention it and say, hey, by the way, so and so is doing whatever.
Yes.
More than happy to throw it out there, you know.
Or Amanda, little Panda 5.
Or Amanda too. Yes, that's what I mean by any of us. Yeah.
I know, but she wasn't on. I wanted to
Thank you.
for like new people that have no idea.
Oh yeah, that we have a fourth that we miss very, very much, and she needs to get her tushy back here.
And same thing with the festivals and events. I think we'll probably mention them like a month before they happen so that you can be forewarned that they're coming if they're in your area, and then maybe mention them the week that they're, or the week before.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, hey, remember this is happening down the street next week and you want to go to it.
Yeah,
But
otherwise
So,
we're here for like 2 hours being like, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on.
yeah, exactly. Because it's way too much, especially when you get into the fall season when there's so many festivals and such.
But
Mhm.
did you say, sorry, because I've been looking at the chat and stuff, the live chat. Did you say that there's about the thread?
I was going to ask about the thread if somebody was going to mention that you
Okay.
did that awesome thread, Tanya.
Oh, no, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, 'cause even though we're not going to mention it every week, that
Yeah,
there will be a running tally of things that are upcoming.
Mm-hmm.
It's
Check
a lot
out the Ravelry group.
yeah, for both festivals and things like
Are we putting knit-alongs in there?
no, I
Okay,
don't.
I didn't remember.
I think it was just festivals and then things like yarn crawls
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
got them separated into festivals and events. Nope, I do. I have all the knit-alongs, project-alongs in there, as well as coupon codes, and they're all separated on their own
Awesome.
post in the thread, so you can just skip straight to them.
You're on your game.
There we go. That's why Tanya rocks.
And I had completely forgotten about it until you mentioned it.
I just remembered.
Yes. And then we'll also have any new podcasts we're mentioning and shout-outs in that section.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I just remembered this. I was in such a rush before we started. It's been a crazy weekend for me. Really, really crazy. Week, actually. But there is this new podcast, and I think they're on episode 3 now. They're called The Hay Sisters. They are so stinking cute. Like, oh my gosh, they're both moms and relatively new moms. I think one of them has 2 and one's a little bit older. But one's been knitting for 2 years and the other one for just a few months, and they're just so cute. Like, I want to pinch their cheeks. They're adorable.
Hey,
But
H-A-Y or H-E-Y?
I think it's H-E-Y. Might be Hey Sisters Podcast.
Okay.
Yeah, they're
Check them
they're
out.
adorable. And they're on their game with their little intro and stuff. It's all like fancy. They've got like these 2 little cartoon characters of themselves that
Oh.
come onto the screen. It's cute. Check them out.
That's awesome.
Okay. Did you want to do coupon code, Sarah?
Yes. Sorry. I'm just sitting here knitting away, listening to you guys chat it. Coupon codes. We have the lovely Sue from the Tangled Skein CA has given us a coupon code for 20% off until the end of July, so until July 31st. And the code is After Hours 20. The code and all that stuff will be in the show notes, of course. And that's that.
And then the knit-alongs, we've got 2 new ones that I wanted to mention. One is the reason for me buying those Lisa Much patterns. The Knitting at Tiffany's podcast is having a Lisa along, which means that any pattern named with Lisa in the name or created by someone named Lisa or yarn dyed by someone named Lisa gets you points into their draws for that. And you get bonus points if you use a Lisa Much pattern or yarn. And they actually have a really good coupon code on their last episode for her patterns towards that. And then Erin of Bling Your String, who also guest hosts or co-hosts, I'm not sure if it's officially permanent yet, is doing sort of a sister knit-along to it called Embrace the Crazy, which is...
Love it.
We need to get in on this one.
That's what this is for. So it's for any yarn, specifically for like variegated yarns, but any yarn that has more than two or more colors that are contrasting colors. Basically 2 distinct colors. Either variegated, striping. She did amend it now that you can actually just do stripes and it would count. So yeah, both of them is any project that uses over 100 yards. The Lisa Long goes from July 1st to August 31st, and the Embrace the Crazy is July 1st to September 30th.
So if you just made socks, you're golden.
Oh yes. Yep.
Probably a hat too.
We're pretty.
Oh no, I don't math.
Well, I guess it depends what kind of yarn.
I have to count on my fingers. I'm terrible.
That's it for those.
I think that's
those
it,
will be
yeah.
linked.
I think that will bring us down to live chatter.
Yes.
All right.
Hi, Amber.
Yes. So yeah, we've got a few people chatting today, which is awesome.
Oh, that's great.
Most of the usual VKN gang is out there.
Nice. Hello, ladies.
Lynn said that, number 1, she got your yarn at
Awesome.
the farmer's market, and she thinks that Sue might actually have some of that awesome Halloween fabric left.
If Sue can sew me up a bag before Lynn comes through, I might want to purchase it. Thank you for checking that out. I was going to say, Sue, could you have a look, see if you have any of that fabric left so Mandy and I can be bag twins? Brandy. See, I do it all the time. When y'all need to change your name.
I'm not changing my
I'm totally kidding.
And yes, you're totally part of the gang there, Michael.
Halloween face.
We've even got people here from Sweden.
Oh, that is
Lina? Lina?
awesome.
Hmm.
That is
She likes
absolutely
your hair.
awesome.
That's so fun.
I know. I absolutely love that, you know.
Yeah.
Me too.
Hi,
I
Michael.
really
Hi.
wish that the...
Hi, Lynn. Hi. I don't know how to say that name.
I think it's Lina, but I'm not sure.
Lina?
It could be Lena.
Lena. How do you say your
Norwegian.
That still doesn't help with my pronunciation.
I'm just
we
scared
have-
of that. I know that there's a little delay between what we actually say and then what goes up there.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lina?
I got to start making sure I put the chat up so I can see it as well.
Yeah, I was trying to flip back and forth between the chat and the show notes since I didn't print it out.
I was actually copying comments from that into the show notes too at the bottom there.
Okay, it is Lina. Yay! Hope you liked it. See, now it just feels like if you can. I need to, like...
Right? Let's just see, and I'm dropping stuff on the floor.
Right?
Yeah,
and
this
Letty
is all
popped
better.
in. And Letty popped in earlier, so it really does feel like...
So what we need now is Garrett to come in and start having a conversation about
Then
Star
none of
Wars.
us can hear. Yes.
And then Randy to start playing the guitar.
I know,
I miss it.
Yes, it's
We miss our Amanda so much.
I know, but she's doing good helping her mom.
Yeah, no, she is. Absolutely. We can't be selfish.
No, even if we want to be.
That's right. We can be selfish to ourselves, just, you know. We have to try and be adult and understanding.
Yeah, I think she said she'll be home on Tuesday too.
I think so, yeah.
But
Hopefully she'll be back for next week.
yeah, next week we'll be back on Saturday.
And we're also hoping next week, which is something we've been planning on doing, but then, you know, life happens, is maybe actually introducing ourselves to those of you who might not know us a little bit more than, yeah, I mean, you've caught snippets watching the episodes, but I think, you know, how long we've been knitting or crafting and stuff like that, just to, you know, a quick little at the end of the episodes. We're going to do, is it Canada versus U.S., or are we going to...
Yeah. That's good to me.
It's like the Olympics.
Hi, Trish.
Aw. I think this is awesome. Like, I'm just thrilled seeing this chat here, like, honestly.
Right?
Mhm.
I think it's so
I
cool.
really wish that it stayed after the podcast got published to YouTube.
Mhm.
Oh yeah, and it turns into a regular comment.
Yeah.
It doesn't even change them. They just disappear.
Does it really? Oh.
Yeah.
No, that's what I meant. It changes to regular comments so that like it wipes it and then it
Yes.
people commenting.
So it's not live. Well, it's live, but it's not.
Yeah. You can just.
Well, that
do the
makes
regular
sense
comments.
then because once we hit stop, then
Yeah.
it's not live.
Sure enough. So logical.
Craziness.
Craziness. Is there anything else anybody wanted to talk about, or did we just want to sit here and chat with people?
Yeah. So we had the VKN yesterday during our regular time. I think we're regularly going to do that Saturday nights.
7 o'clock, 7:30, somewhere between there. And don't forget to follow us, now that I'm thinking about it, sorry for jumping in, but don't forget to follow us on Instagram at After Hours Knits, and then you can be updated when the show is going to go live. We try and do it about a half an hour before I send out a message. And I think Brandy and I try and put it on our own Instagrams as well, but the first place it goes is After Hours, so as long as you're following that, you'll get the update.
Yep.
And I'll post it in the Ravelry group as well
Mm-hmm.
with the link.
I wish you could put 2 comments Oh, there's Letty. I wish you could put 2 websites in there.
I'm playing your room.
Okay. Do you want to say hi? Because Mommy's live.
Hi.
Hey, Letty.
Hi, sweetie. And she stole the show.
Now, our viewers are going to skyrocket now.
You know?
What's your name?
Letty.
What is it?
Letty.
Letty. There we go. Yes, you can play with them.
Did anybody get some?
Now it's a VKN.
Yeah, no. Maybe. Hi, Letty.
Ah!
Bye-bye.
Gotta love kids.
Okay, I'll tell her you said hi, Michael.
So, were there any questions or anything like that, or no? No. Okay. We're not. Are we doing a VKN tonight or no?
I probably won't be on until later
Yeah.
because, yeah, my boyfriend is going to be leaving to come here tomorrow.
Are you going to be around to do it? I mean, somebody normally starts one.
Mm-hmm. I
Michael
can.
says yes, so. Yep.
Okay. So, all right. So probably around 7-ish or something, or somebody will start it. And if Michael doesn't mind, maybe we can also post it in our group too. For anyone who is in here.
Yeah.
And wants to
yes.
join us tonight for a chat. That's awesome. Thank you, Michael.
Yes,
Oh, and
can you show us
also-
what you're working on? I need more enabling because I don't
Yeah.
have enough other things I want to cast on.
Yes, we want to see what everybody else is working on, please. So even in the show notes, like if you don't feel comfortable coming on here and chatting, I fully understand. It can be extremely intimidating. I remember the first couple times I did it too. It really is a different experience if you're not used to doing it. But if you just want to show us what you're working on, just post a link in our show notes for this episode, you know?
Or tag us on Instagram. You can tag our
Right.
group Instagram. You could tag
Yeah.
us individually if you
Yep.
think that one speaks to somebody else better. And then there's Letty again. Also, I think we had discussed that on like once a month or so, maybe every couple of weeks, on Saturdays, right after we record, we'll jump right into a VCAN for everybody that's overseas, and because we understand that 7:30 for us is like what, midnight for everybody overseas, or
Mm-hmm.
maybe even later.
Mm-hmm.
So in this way, that people that get to watch us live, you know, they can still come VCAN with us if they
Yes.
want to.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's what we're gonna try to do. We've got a couple of different ideas, and next week we're gonna be starting the giveaway that I talked about a couple episodes ago. But again, I wanted to wait till the group of us was back together again for our friend Jessica's new sock pattern.
I don't understand what Lina said. Her time is 21. And Michael said it's 15:03. I don't know. It is 3:03 for me. PM.
That
don't-
could be military time, which would be what's 21? 10? 11?
9.
Thank you.
9.
So it's 9 there for her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. See, and that's
Yeah.
only 3. So yeah, 7:30 would be like mid. Oh, look at me guesstimating really close.
Hey, you didn't even have to count on your hands, Brandy. Good for you.
Yeah, I'm like a real adult.
Adulting happened on a Sunday. Somebody write this down.
It's probably because before this we had to go to the mall to pick up my chain that broke.
Mm-hmm.
And then we went to Hot Topic and bought Mandy a present because I forgot to mail her stuff out because a lot of bad crap happened this week. So, like, good juju, my way, please, people.
Yes. Yes.
I got her something. And then we were trying to math, and I was like, this doesn't make sense to me because I got to use hot cash. And then she was trying to explain it to me, and I was like, David, just, I don't understand. Look at this. Is this right?
Should we let everybody go?
Yeah.
Sure.
I work 24/7, okay? Mommy status.
That's right.
You wipe butts for a living? Because I do.
No, there's a reason I don't have children.
Oh, no, that was directed towards Mandy.
Oh.
She posted some of us have to work. I forget. You're not looking at the chat.
Oh, yeah. No, I just flip back and forth. Yeah, I was right. Military time. See, look at me.
Yeah. And there's actually a chat room as well on the Ravelry group, so if people want to just get in there and chat sometime, you can do that as well.
That's awesome. That's a great idea. Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start utilizing that, because isn't that something that we talked about for winter camp next year if we do it?
Yes. I wanted to do it this year, but I think it was far too much with everything else. So we'll have to look at that next year when we
the
when
chat
we do
room.
winter camp. Yeah, because
Oh.
I wanted to use it for like a bingo.
Mhm.
That would be fun.
Like a winter camp bingo giveaway kind of thing for maybe patterns or something.
Michael says Sarah has the smarts.
Yeah.
And the beauty.
Every
Look
man
at
here
that.
spending their lunch hour at
Thank
work
you.
with us.
I can't believe I just noticed I've been wearing my glasses the whole time, and I never wear my glasses in public around other people. So everyone who's watching this, please feel special. You can ask my family how much I hate them.
The VKN will be posted in the link in our Ravelry group. It is a Google Hangout, so you need a Google account or Gmail, whatever. And
You need a microphone. You don't necessarily have to have a camera. If you don't feel comfortable showing your face, that's absolutely cool. But a microphone, at least we can hear you.
well, you don't even have to use it. You can come creep on us. That would
Yeah,
be
we're
a little
fine.
weird. But
We're fine.
if that's what you need to do to get comfortable, because I still do it. Sometimes I just sit there and I just listen to what I say on the sound, on the mic and the camera, so that they know I'm not just being a creeper. But
No, you just stand outside people's windows or in their basements.
only for you, Sarah.
That made her sound bad.
I know I'm not weird. Well,
She's not that weird.
not
This
that.
is the second time you've mentioned her stalking outside your window.
I know. Maybe it's just being hopeful.
Look, you didn't live like 1,000 miles away.
In like another country.
Yeah, out of the country. It wouldn't be just a figment. Not figment. Like, it wouldn't be pretend.
Yeah. Could be real.
Oh,
that's funny.
oh my gosh, I just had a funny idea.
Mm.
Like, I could mail Lynn a big old cutout, and like if she ever goes to your house, it'd be like this.
Oh, Michael's gonna join you, I think.
Yes.
There you go.
You're welcome, Amber.
Oh, that's too funny.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
apparently the chat won't let me post a link either. So.
Mm.
Yeah. The chat, the Google Hangouts, it's got a maximum of 10 people. But if it's full and you really want to get in, say something on Instagram, or tag us on Instagram, let us know, or on the Ravelry page. And then chances are there's always somebody that's like, okay, I've had my fill of you people. And somebody is always gracious enough to make room, because there are like 10 people that we typically VKN with. It's not always every single night, but there's like a rotation of people. So we get to see everybody all the time. Like, I see Sarah almost every night of the week, and Tanya. So.
Yep.
No, Michael, you cannot. You cannot.
Yeah, and some people will only be here for a few minutes and then they have to hop out in real life stuff. So always. I'm about to break in this. Yeah. It's always
Michael
changing.
said he wants cutouts of David and Garrett.
I can send you the Darth Vader.
That's what I said.
Spray it with his cologne or something.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, I think we've just hit a silly point.
But
Yes.
this is really like how it is on the weekend. All
This
like
is-
the
yes.
weird flies. So
Yes. It's just that normally other people are actually like chatting and we're not just reading it.
yeah.
Yes. So yes, come out, come visit, show us what you're doing.
Yes, join the Ravelry group. Follow us on Instagram. Friend us. Feel free to friend us on Ravelry. That's awesome. Send us messages if you want to. We're all of us, including Amanda, are very, very open and friendly. And you have questions about our projects or anything, please feel free. Don't be shy.
Yeah, because we're human. We will forget some details, and it might be details that you're like, oh, I need this to get it or to find it or whatever.
Absolutely.
Like, I realized after I was done, I forgot to mention what fiber that was that I was replying. It's Polworth, and it's in, I don't remember the colorway now. But it will be in the show notes.
There you go.
Yeah. And if they don't get back to you fast enough, just send me a message.
I don't
I'm
mind.
good at stalking what they're doing.
I don't mind.
Tanya knows all the things.
I don't mind answering in a message
Yep.
what I did, because it's my fault for not saying. But Tanya keeps us on our game.
That's right. That's why we have her. I mean, one of the reasons we have her. We're quite fond of her as well, so, you know.
You just
Right.
like my peanut butter cookies.
Well, I haven't had them, and I love you.
This is true. I think I must mail you some when I'm in Virginia.
Mm.
I wish I could smile bigger. I can't believe I just did that live. That was like the derpiest face.
It wasn't frozen like that. It's okay.
Oh my god, that would have been terrible. Get memes on this is what you think you look like when you smile. This is what you really look like when you smile.
It can't look worse than the thumbnail of me last week.
The Big Bang
Oh my
Theory.
goodness.
Smile, Sheldon. No, not like we're going to kill Batman.
Oh my gosh.
And I am getting a new webcam that doesn't autofocus every 10 seconds, so yeah, I'm sorry if that's really annoying.
You should have it by the next, I almost said VKM, because this is what it is, the next podcast. Right?
Yes.
Yes,
That's what I
it is in Virginia already set up, so it'll be there when I'm there next week.
Awesome. So Tanya will be in a different location next week, just for funsies.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Okay, I'm hungry, so I need to get...
Dude, somebody in my building is making spaghetti sauce. That's all I can smell.
That was what all we could smell at the mall, and Letty was like, I want spaghetti, and I was like, I'm sorry, we don't have enough stuff for spaghetti. We don't even have them there now. I was like, you can have chicken nuggets. She's like, oh, chicken nuggets. Okay, mommy.
Yeah, pretty much. That'll work too. All right, ladies. Shall we?
All right, see everybody tonight.
We'll talk to
hopefully.
y'all later. Thank you for
Bye.
coming. Bye. Bye.